Now, is this a good photography phone? Yes. Is this a good video phone? Yes. Do you get good bang for your buck? Yes. Of course you do. Would I recommend this? 100%. Okay, everybody, this is John Paul Kersey. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to be talking about the LG Velvet. I wonder if phones are going to replace photography. I wonder if phones are going to take over the world with their AI minds. I wonder. This phone is dope, and I've been using it lately to post on my Instagram, and I've been doing some tests. And, you know, I'm having okay feedback, and I'm actually having a lot of fun. Google, LG Velvet. It's about 6.8 inches. It's a 5G connectivity, sleek minimal design. It's got Gorilla Glass. It's got a 48 megapixel rear camera, and it also has an ultra wide 8 megapixel rear camera as well. And then the front megapixel camera is 16 megapixels. To be honest, I got this phone for, you know, when I'm out and about and I don't want to carry my mirrorless camera or my DSLRs with me, and I just want to, you know, stop and take a picture and smell the roses. So with me doing that, I can use the 48 megapixel camera. Bada bing, bada boom. I got a wicked Instagram photo. Now, I did a bunch of tests for time-lapse. I did some movie tests, some 4K samples. I did some footage with all the different front, rear, back, wide angle, and the 48 megapixel. I did a little bit of crops to see if I can do some macros, and I got some good results, and some people actually liked the results that I got, and they were kind of blown away. They didn't believe that I actually did it with my phone compared to like my EOS R or my 80D or whatever other cameras I got. So it was either this or like an M50 that I was going to get. So I figured, why not get something that has the portability of a phone, fits in your pocket, you know, so your pockets aren't bulging or you have to carry a camera bag around with you. I just wanted something that I can just snap pictures whenever I want instead of always carrying a DSLR or mirrorless with me. And this is not really a review on the phone. This is what the review on what the phone can do for photography and video purposes only. It's a good phone. The display is horrible. To me, I find the display absolutely garbage. I don't know, my Google Pixel 2 XL has 2K display on it, but for some reason this is 1080 and it's a very poor 1080. But like everything else, like the functionality of like calling and stuff and doing what a phone does best, it's a good phone. Everything else is pretty dope. Photography work, this does quite beautiful results, and I was blown away with it for just photography, for the photographers in mind, and for the video capabilities. This is kind of like having a GoPro that's, you know, like what, like a half an inch thick, not even, like, you know, a quarter of an inch thick, and it's like having a GoPro in your pocket at all times. And it does also, you don't even need a gimbal for this. You don't need a DJI Osmo or anything. This thing has very stabilized footage, so it is for the creative in mind. I believe that this phone was for, and you know, it's not as expensive as the iPhone Pro Max 11 or whatever, but it's still a pretty good phone. So would I recommend it? Yes, I do. Now I'm going to show some sample footage of me basically running and gunning with this phone, taking some pictures. I've been doing it for the last couple of days. I'm going to show a couple examples of time lapse and what this phone's capable of. And even the slow motion was kind of mind blowing. I'm just like, how can a phone like this have slow motion that is, you know, usable? And you can select like 1/8 of the speed. You can select one quarter of the speed, 1/2 the speed, or full speed. And it's like, why can't my $3,000 camera do that? You know what I mean? Like, why aren't they putting these kind of tech brains into mirrorless cameras? So now I'm gonna throw some sample footage out there of me taking some shots with this phone, and honestly, it is what it is. I'm really impressed with it. The picture quality is the most impressive to me. Now, is 48 megapixels worth like the whole... Is 48 megapixels worth the hype? No, it's not. when you got a sensor that's, you know, this tiny, like, hey, come on, look at the back of these phones. They're saying that they're giving it all these megapixels. There's a phone out there that was like 100 megapixels. When you got a sensor that small, you can't crop in like you can on a 35 millimeter, you know, full frame sensor, or even an APS-C you can crop in decently. Like these are bigger sensors. Like this little tiny one, I don't care how many megapixels you pack a punch in, it's still, you can't crop like you can on a camera. So is this replacing a camera? I would say no. But is this like your like C camera? Of course. Is this something that you can only just have in your pocket to capture that moment, throw it on Instagram or throw it on Facebook? This is a social media phone in my eyes, and this is for the social media creatives. And this is like for the quick little segments, you know, doing like your Instagram stories or Instagram photos, or, you know, Facebook stories or what have you. You know, this is a really good, viable option, and I highly recommend this. Now, out of 10 stars, so I would give this phone probably about, you know, 7.5. I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10, and that to me is a viable option. Yeah, I hope you enjoy this video, and I hope you take something from it. And I'm going to show you some B-roll, or just some footage of the LG Velvet, and I'm going to show you what it can do. All right, ciao, y'all. Peace.
There's fish in here.